Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Fishing with Big D. On today's episode, I'm going to be reviewing my Vibe Seaghost 130. So guys, I've had this kayak for over a year now. I've got several, I'm going to say at least 10 to 15 launches out on the water with it. And I've fished multiple hours each go. So I'm going to say I have over 100 hours on it. I wanted to wait until I had some real ride time in this so I could give you an honest review. So I'm going to go over the kayak with you and show you its features. This is the 2018 edition. I believe they're getting ready to launch the 2019. It's very, very similar. The only thing they've changed is the latches, the locks, and the center console from what I can tell. If you want to, you could probably pick up the 2018 edition like mine, pretty cheap on clearance or clear out. I gave $900 when it first came out, and I think you can probably pick these up now for around $700 to $800. This is a very nice kayak for under $1,000 bucks, guys. All right, so let me tell you first of all why I chose the Seaghost from Vibe. So when I went into the market for a kayak for fishing, I was looking for several different things to suit my needs. And I suggest that you do the same thing. You want to check out for budget, make you a budget. You want to go buy something that's going to be comfortable for you. So this is what I looked at, and hopefully it'll help you other guys out there that are similar to me. So I'm about 6 foot tall, 6'1", in that range, and I weigh 365 pounds. Pretty good sized football player boy, if you know what I mean. I like my cornbread. So I chose the Seaghost Vibe because it's 13 feet long in length, and it has a 33-inch wide deck. So that was one of the most spacious kayaks that I've seen out there on the market. There are a few that's a little bit bigger, but they're not really made for like a bass fishing. I think the only other kayak that come close in my search for weight capacity, length, and stability, and to be a sit-on-top kayak for fishing was the Bonafide SS127. If I'm not mistaken, it just fell just a little bit under on the Vibe. So I chose the Vibe because it was about $600 cheaper than the Bonafide, and I also chose it because it had a 100 weight capacity difference than the SS127. So the Vibe Seaghost boasts a 550 pound weight capacity, guys. That is a very, very large amount of weight. So not only is it going to carry my weight, but I'm going to have about 115 extra pounds that I could put some, put many different types of gear on here and not have to worry a whole lot about maxing out my capacity. So overall, it's a very nice kayak, and I think it fell in a great value range for a budget fisher like myself. And that's why I ended up choosing it, guys. So I'm going to walk you through, and I'm going to show you the different features on this kayak real quick and let you get to know the model. Stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm going to walk you through the kayak and the many features that it has. First, Little B is going to show you it's about a 7 foot, I'm going to say it's probably closer to 8. It's an 8 foot kayak paddle that comes with it as a part of the package. It's nothing super fancy, but it's a decent start out paddle. It has the rings on the side here. I like that feature. What that does is it allows the water to run off. It hits that and it doesn't end up landing in your lap or running down your arms while you're paddling. So it also breaks down in the middle. It's got a snap button right there, and you can put it in 3 different positions. Overall, pretty decent for a free paddle they give you to start you out. All right, guys, so let's walk through this kayak. You have to forgive me, a little shaky on this camera. All right, first up, I'm going to show you the nose. So as you can see, this kayak has a V-style body shape. I'll let you look at that. Has a very nice bottom. It has the grooves up underneath, as you can see there. 2 different tracking grooves. That's going to allow you to run through the water and stay pretty stable as you're going. All right, first up, you're going to have the mounting strap right here. You can use that for your tie down, or you can mount something into it. You can also unscrew this and pop it out to let your inner kayak vent a little bit. It's kind of soft. I don't recommend putting too much pressure on it, but you could probably also use that for put a strap on. But I really like the handles on this, guys. So here's your front handle. This is a really hard, it almost feels like metal, but I think it's plastic. It's got gaskets up underneath the screws. I do recommend going through and tightening all your screws up over time as they become loose. Next up, you've got this bungee strap. So what this is for, guys, it's designed to hold your paddle in place. So you paddle out to your spot that you're ready to fish, and you just slide this up and underneath it, and that will hold your paddle in place while you throw out a few casts. All right, guys, so next up we've got the front hatch. I'll let you check it out. It has a very neat locking system. I do like that. It opens up and it has a decent seal. Not as great as the newer seal on the 2019, but it gets the job done. It's got a dry bag in the hatch. They also give you a piece of plastic to make any repairs if you need to on the kayak. It's got a lot of space in it. So inside, I'll let you take a peek in there, let you see. Kind of hard, but you can run quite a few fishing rods up and in there and set yourself up good for a tournament. Personally, I only like to carry just a few rods. I don't like to max it out. Normally I just use this hatch for some extra gear. If I'm staying overnight or something, I need some storage. And I like to keep an extra set of dry clothes, because you never know when you might take a dip off of a kayak, guys. Trust me, I've done it twice. All right, we're moving along. Next up, you're going to see the front console right here, guys. So right here, you've got two of these little half moon rings. Not for sure exactly what you want to do with that. Many different things you could use it for. You can clamp downs or whatever have you, but I want you to really check this out right here. Okay, I thought this was just a scuttle plug to begin with, like these here, of which there is 6 in the main hole here, or excuse me, there's 8 scuttle plugs in this main hole of the boat, and then you'll have 2 more additions here in the back hole of the kayak. Let you see those real quick. All right, guys, so I thought this was a scuttle plug hole, but it is actually a transducer hole. So if you mount a fish finder on here, Vibe has went ahead and pre-cut out this hole for you to run your transducer down. And let me show you up underneath where it's going to end up. All right, do you see that grate right there? That is a metal grate. What that does, guys, that's going to let you run your transducer down there, and it will protect it from being tangled up or hitting any kind of brush or laydown you might be fishing, guys. So Vibe is one of the few kayaks that's got that pre-built in. I thought that was a super awesome feature. Really, really like that. So you're pre-set up to get your fishing going. All right, next up you're going to see these two, what do they call these? Track systems. These track systems are really neat. These are pretty long in length. As you can see, they cover both sides of the kayak. Little B, you want to show them yours over there? All right, you see that? That is perfect for when you're using track mount items such as the Yak Attack accessories. You can put I think they call it a ram mount or a ram ball mount, that you can stick your camera gear. If you're one of those that likes to record while you fish, you can stick some fishing pole holders, rod holders, kayak, what do you call it, paddle holder system if you want. A lot of great options for these tracks, guys. So not only do you have 2 on the front part of the boat here, but you've got 2 more track systems here in the back. And this one actually has a bungee cord system with these lockdowns. As you can see, they adjust, they can slide back and forth, and you can lock them in the position that you want. I think that is a very neat feature right there, already pre-built in and ready to go. All right, so next up we're going to take a look at the center console here, guys. So first up, they have a very nice cup holder in there. You can hold you a pretty good sized drink in there. As you can see, that's a 20-ounce bottle, so you could probably even get up to, I think, a big gulp in there. Also, you've got 2 tape measures built in on the top here. You've got some storage holes. I like to stick my bait sense sticks in right here. As you can see, comes in handy. So you can unlatch this system here, guys, and pop this center console open where you're going to have some decently dry storage. I'm just going to show you that you do get a little bit of moisture in there. That was my fault. I had rain the day before and I'd left that thing open. It takes it a little while to evaporate, but for the most part, the gasket on there holds the water out pretty well. And then you just latch these back in place with these 2 latches. On the 2019 model, they've stepped it up a notch where this is cut in half and has a hinge system, so it flips up and down. Checking to see, it looks like it's the exact same size as this one, and I'm going to try to see if I can buy the upgrade for my kayak. I'll get back to you on that and let you know if I find out. Alright guys, so next, Little B's going to show you these 2 side mounts here. They're like little half ring clips. I like to use them for different types of kayak gear. As you can see there, she has my cutters for my line. Helps you change out really quick on your baits. I also have one over here. It comes in handy. I like to keep a pair of needle nose pliers for those hard done hook fish. You've got these little hook mounts that are good for string and bungees. See those there? You can tie stuff down with it. As you can see over here, I like to keep my fish grips in. Yeah, locks down, works perfect with the paracord. And you'll see here there's some paracord on the side here as well. And you've got that deluxe handle, really like that as well. This works good. You can tie off some stuff on here. Alright, so next up, you got to have a really good seat system, guys. So check this seat out. It folds up and back. It's got strapping to adjust it to the stiffness that you like and the height. I like to set mine back a little bit for when the back starts getting sore. I can lean back, take a load off. This is a very nice, very thick and durable seat. This is a hard plastic material. It doesn't really hold moisture, and as far as I can tell, it doesn't really hold smell and stuff either. Overall, it's a really good outdoors material, and it does well. This is a very decent lawn chair style seating. This does come out of the kayak, as you can see. It has a, help me lift it out a little bit, set it back here. Alright guys, so if you'll look right here, you've got 2 positions. You can set low in the bottom, and you can set up high in this system right here and right here. 2 different tracks on both sides. If you want to set in a higher position, if you like to do a higher fishing position, it sets up pretty good right there. And then we'll move it up front. As you can see, that makes it set lower in the boat. Okay, so I'm going to set it in the top position. It'll be, you see if you can catch this on the camera for us. Alright guys, so this has got 4 different bungees that clip and lock it in place right here. This is how you tie your seat down. You don't have to worry about that thing falling out. Then if you'll look here in the front, the other bungee comes here, comes up and over, and you lock it in place. And the same thing for this side, guys. Alright guys, so this is a very, very nice seat. It allows me to fish for multiple hours. I've been out there on the water for upward of, I'd say up to 8 hours before. And it's allowed me to really, really fish the way I want to and not have a lot of pain and stuff in my back from being sitting down in that position for so long. Alright guys, so let's move on down. So next up, after the chair, you've got 2 built-in rod holders, guys. I'll let you look down in there. That is actually sealed off there, so you don't have to worry about water getting down inside your kayak. I like that. It's got these little cuddles you can stick in there. Over time, these are going to wear out. They're not going to stick no more like mine. They're not very tight, but I hardly ever use them anyways. I just like to run my rods in it. So here's the center of the back hatch. I like this little hatch here. It's got a special lockdown system, and it is made very well, guys. Look at all those screws in there. It's got a very good gasket in it. That's the dry bag that Brooke's got in her hand there, or Little B. Let you take a look down inside there. There's a lot of space in there, guys. It's got a lot of space. We'll run that back in. All right, and then it twists and it locks. That keeps it locked in place. Good to go. All right, as we're coming up here on the rear end of it, you've got this bungee system. You could put a backpack and some fishing gear in there, tie it down. Works pretty well. It's got the 2 scuttle plugs in the back. You can drain the water out if you like. And then it's got a pretty good size little dip down hatch back here. You can put a lot of gear in there. Some people like to do the fishing crates and stuff like that. Then last but not least on the features, you're going to see that it has a rudder system in here, guys. See that there? That's going to allow this rudder system, which will catch left and right, and that will let you glide through the water. You can use the momentum of the water behind you to push you in different directions. I'm going to show you the foot features for it. So these run up to the front, and you can see here you've got these foot grips that you can rest your feet on. When you push on this side here, it's going to pull that rudder left and right. That's what the 2 pedal drive systems are. Little bit, if you'll hold this for a second. So on this side of your kayak here, you've got this little red bead system. This is so you could reach it and identify it. But you're going to unlatch it from this latch here, and you're going to pull. And when I pull this rope, if you'll watch that rudder, see that rudder? I'm going to pull this rope, and that's going to pull my rudder down. You can do this while you're setting in your kayak. So all I did is I pulled that bead system down. You can tighten your rope up if you need to, or you can come up here and actually clamp it into this little holder right here, but for the sake of the video, you pull that down there. That's going to put your rudder in the position. Then you move your pedals left and right, and that will cause it to trek left and right. And you've got the little bungee there for fold up storage. I'll take that down real quick. So all I'm going to do is untangle, and then Little B will fold that down and stick the bungee up and over top. There you go. So guys, overall, that's pretty much the walkthrough. The different features that are based on this kayak, guys. There's a lot of different things that are pre-built in that really, I think, are great value add-ons to this kayak. You're not going to have one quite as nice and set up as this one is. I'll show you some other features that I've got here. If you'll hold this. I know that some of you guys like to have the gear available. You can take your side packs here, and a little bit, if you'll zoom in right here, this has got plenty of space right here. You could put a couple of your plastic tackle boxes there with your gear in it if that's what you're looking for. It's got side storage on both sides of your seat. That's another built-in feature. If you'll come back here to the end, you'll look here. I could take my bungee system off, and I could put plenty of space right here to put a crate. If you're one of the guys that likes to use a fishing crate, you've got your pole holders on here. That there's plenty of space back here for a crate. That's probably what I'm going to do with this crate. I'm going to make one. Stay tuned for a different video. But I just can't wait to start customizing this. I've decided that I'm finally going to keep this one. I've had it for a year. It's worked out very well for me. And hopefully now that I'm getting a lot more into the kayak scene, I'll probably do some customization and mods on it. Stay tuned for those kind of videos as well. We're going to take this out on the water, and I'm going to show you two different footages from two different trips that I've taken with it. You can also watch some of my kayak fishing videos, and you can see how well I did on those.